Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video I'm going to be going through and ranking the top 10 best free transfer signings that Bradford City have made since 2018. If you do go on to enjoy, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into it. In at 10th position then, I have gone with Clayton Donaldson. Obviously he came in on a free transfer, I believe after leaving at Bolton Wanderers. He was with the football club for 2 seasons. His first season was in the 1920 season where he started 18 League 2 matches, scoring 4 goals and accumulating 3 assists, so 7 goal contributions in 18 starts for a 35-year-old he would have been at the time. Is obviously not too bad of a return. Then obviously we had the COVID season as well, where he made 19 starts in that season, again scoring 4 goals and picking up the 3 assists as well. Obviously not amazing stats, but 14 goal contributions and about 40 starts for the type of profile striker he was. I don't think is a horrendous return. In all honesty, he was a big contributor in us not getting relegated in that behind closed doors season, or certainly the first half of it where we were absolutely useless, and then after that kind of took a bit of a back step because obviously we were having the likes of Danny Rowe, Andy Cook come into the side as well in January, and obviously Donaldson was playing more as a number 10 then. Since then he's gone on to the likes of Gainsborough, most recently Farsley Celtic as well, so really interesting stuff regarding Clayton Donaldson, now 40 years of age as well, but for me personally he makes it into my top 10. In at 9th position then, I have gone with Anthony O'Connor. He signed in the summer of 2018. Obviously his first season with the football club was our League 1 relegation season where he actually played the 42 matches, so you're looking at that and thinking, well, a player who was a big contributing factor in your relegation season, how's he making it into your top 10 best free transfer signings? But he scored 5 goals in that season and then spent another couple of seasons with the football club. Obviously the 1920 season under Gary Bowyer, where he played 36 times for the football club in that campaign and kept 10 clean sheets in that season as well. And then obviously the behind closed doors season where he actually played quite a lot as a right back. He played 45 out of the 46 matches for us, scored a couple of goals, got a couple of assists in there as well, and kept 12 clean sheets. I thought individually Anthony O'Connor was a very good player, now 31 years of age and has been with Harrogate Town for the last couple of seasons, but I thought on the whole he was a pretty successful signing. Whilst as a team, obviously, we weren't successful, I thought individually Anthony O'Connor did okay during his 3 years with the football club, so he makes it in at 9th position. In 8th place, a man who was only really with the football club for 18 months or so, I've gone with Jan Songa. Obviously came in at the same time as Derek Adams, who spent the whole summer tracking him, finally managed to get him in just before the season did start, and really happy with what he produced in his time here. He most notably played in that 21-22 season as a midfielder in the first half, and then as a centre-back in the second half when we sold Niall Canavan on at transfer deadline day. But he played 39 starts in his first season with the football club, where he scored 3 goals, scored a couple of own goals in there as well, but obviously contributed to a fair amount of clean sheets. And then in his second season, he was only there for the first half of it, went out on loan. In the second half was used as a utility man to come on for the last 10-15 minutes to help see a game out. He only made the 19 League 2 appearances in there, including some obviously time with Walsall, but only 4 starts for him as well. So I think in terms of that first season where we were mid-table fodder under Adams and Mark Hughes, he was very combative in the midfield, in the defence, always put his body on the line, always gave 110%, and like I say, the quality of a lot of our free transfers over the last 6 years or so hasn't been amazing, so Jan Songa makes it in at 8th position. In 7th place, we move over to Alex Gillet. He first signed for the football club on loan, then rejoined the football club on loan the season after, and then obviously spent a couple seasons away with Scunthorpe before returning to the football club on a permanent basis in the 2021-22 season under Derek Adams. That campaign, he would start 38 games for the football club, achieving 3 goal contributions. Our playoff season under Mark Hughes, he started 42 matches where he accumulated 2 goal contributions, and obviously last season under Graham Alexander for the large part, he started 33 matches where he accumulated to 4 goal contributions, and that was the problem with Alex Gillet. Never really got enough goal contributions and has now since moved on to at Shrewsbury Town, where he has played I think all 4 of their matches since leaving the football club on at transfer deadline day. But I would say on the whole for me, really happy with not the end product but his work rate and the kind of the growth that we saw from Alex Gillet, because I feel like he came as a boy, he left as a man, now 28 years of age, and obviously wasn't going to get much first team football this season. But Gillet for me always gave 110%, and sometimes when you're mid-table fodder and the players sometimes don't really look interested, you turn to a player like Alex Gillet, who always gave his all. Was probably our runner-up for player of the season last campaign, very versatile, played wherever the manager would ask him to under numerous different managers, about 4 or 5 including caretakers and all that sort of stuff. So Alex Gillet for me had to be on this list, and he's in at 7th place. In at 6th position then, I have gone with now at Carlisle United goalkeeper Harry Lewis. I think while his second season with the club was very disappointing, that first season he was absolutely excellent. In the 22-23 season, obviously he played all 46 matches for us, averaged conceding less than a goal per match. I think he saved 3 out of 7 penalties. He had a 73% successful save rate as well, and he also accumulated 18 clean sheets in that season. He was absolutely brilliant. Some of the saves he pulled off in that campaign were absolutely excellent. Yes, in the first half of the 23-24 season, he was a little bit underwhelming. Started 26 matches for us and conceded 1.3 goals per game, which is simply not good enough, and only had a 58 save percentage, so a 15% decrease from the previous campaign, and also only kept 8 clean sheets in at that time as well. Obviously in that January, then moved on to Carlisle United, and it hasn't really been particularly amazing there, despite having a decent game at the weekend. On the whole, he still has a lot more work to be done, does Harry Lewis, but that first season he was excellent for us, and according to Transfermarkt, he came in on a free transfer, so for me personally, he makes it into this list in 6th place. Before we do go any further though with today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we get 100 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your top 10 in down in the comment section down below. In 5th position then, I've gone with Brad Halliday. Obviously he's been with the football club for a fair few seasons now. First signed in the 22-23 season off the back of an injury-ridden season with, I think it was Fleetwood, and he was with Doncaster just before that as well. In the 22-23 campaign, he was excellent, probably our 3rd best player in that season, whilst in the playoff semi-final, scored the own goal and didn't have a particularly amazing game. He played at 44 matches for us that season, only missing 2 games, which was, I think, Wimbledon at home, where he was suspended, and then also Swindon away, where I think he was ill for that match. But he got a goal and 5 assists in that season, and also contributed to loads of clean sheets. But then last season, the 23-24 campaign, he started 41 of the matches, started out the season not even in the starting 11, but worked his way back in there, got 4 goals, got 4 assists, contributed to a load of clean sheets as well. Defensively, absolutely excellent, and was comfortably our player of the season. The work rate and the ethic that he produced in that season was absolutely outstanding. This season he hasn't been amazing so far, has been quite average in a lot of the matches, but at now 29 years of age, last season he epitomised everything you want to see in a footballer, and obviously came in on a free transfer, I believe, from Fleetwood Town. Probably a player we hadn't really heard of before he did sign for the football club, but has definitely been brilliant in a lot of the matches that he has played for the club. Now we move on to the real big boys then. At 4th place, I've gone with Jamie Walker. Obviously first signed on loan in January 2022, spent the second half of that season with us, where he got 4 goals and 1 assist, but technically we can't include that into what I'm factoring in today's video, as we're only basing it on the time that he signed as a free transfer. Obviously in that summer, then penned a 2-year contract, had a big injury though in that season, and only started at the 21 matches in our playoff unsuccessful season. In the end, he got 4 goals and 1 assist in 21 starts. Then last season for the football club, again missed a few months with a leg fracture, only started the 27 matches, but contributed to 8 goals and also got 5 assists as well. 13 goal contributions in 27 starts for an attacking midfielder. He's absolutely excellent. Obviously started out this season not in the squad, then worked his way back into the side, got a couple of assists, and then also picked up an injury as well. And obviously knowing Jamie Walker, he probably will be out for a prolonged period of time, but fingers crossed it is nothing too serious and all that sort of stuff. But Walker, for the large part, the legs and energy he brings to your midfield, the goal contributions he gets as well. Yes, his injuries are frustrating. If he wasn't injured, he'd be one of the best players in this division consistently, but at now 31 years of age, I think he's found himself a home at Bradford City, so he definitely makes it into my, not even top 10, top 5. Into the top 3 then, in 3rd position, I've gone with Matty Platt. Obviously he came in on a free transfer, from Barrow at the start of the 2022-23 campaign, and in his first season for the football club, I thought he was fairly solid. Had a couple suspensions and injuries in that campaign, was competing with the likes of Sam Stubbs and Romany Critchlow as well, but he started 38 matches for us, where he contributed to a load of clean sheets in that season. I think specifically in terms of the clean sheets, it was 15 in that season, and obviously last campaign was one of, if not the best centre-backs in the division. Only started the 33 matches, again had a couple injury problems last campaign, but got 3 goal contributions and contributed 2 at 12 clean sheets, but he was an absolute absolute monster. He won 63% of his aerial duels, 65% of his ground duels, and obviously turned down the new contract with the football club to sign up for League 2 rivals Notts County, but they've given him a ridiculous wage for a defender at League 2 level, but he probably does deserve that, as he is individually one of the best centre-backs in this division. He's an absolute monster in the air. We only won one league game without him last campaign, which tells you everything that you need to know. So for me personally, Platt definitely does deserve to be on here, and I'm putting him in third. In second position, I've gone with now Lincoln City central defender Paddy O'Connor. Again, similar to Jamie Walker, signed on loan in the January of one season and then signed permanently the following summer. Signed on loan from Leeds United in the 18-19 season, where he would go on to start 7 and play 10 League 1 matches for us. Obviously, we were subsequently relegated, and he signed on a permanent basis in the 19-20 season, where he would go on to start 16 matches. He got 2 goals in there and kept 6 clean sheets throughout that season. Then we obviously had the COVID season. We nearly got relegated in this one. He started 41 matches, again 2 goals and 2 assists in there for him, kept 12 clean sheets and was defensively absolutely excellent. But his best season was undoubtedly the 21-22 campaign. Again, it started 45 matches for us that season, 3 goals for him, no assists, but contributed to 11 clean sheets. An absolute monster in the air, 71% of his aerial duels, and left everything out on the pitch every single game. Bled for the badge, for everything. You know, he was everything that I wanted to see in a Bradford City shirt. On the ball, not particularly amazing, but the will to win, the desire to win, put his body on the line, he would always give it 110%. Paddy O'Connor is a man who was just epitomised what you want to see from a captain and all that sort of stuff, and at such a young age, he always gave it absolutely everything. You could kind of tell he'd come through the Leeds United Academy, had that sort of Leeds United mentality, if that does make sense, but he brought it to Bradford City, and I think he was absolutely excellent throughout his time here. Obviously turned down the new deal and moved on to Lincoln City, where I think he's been brilliant for them, in all honesty. Now 27 years of age, and he's flying in League 1, so it's obviously a shame that we didn't get any money for him, but he was absolutely brilliant in the 3.5 years, I guess you could say, that he was with the football club. And in at number 1, who else could it be other than Sir Andrew Ellis-Cook? Give him the keys to the city. What a signing he has proven to be. Obviously signed on loan in the 2021 season, where obviously we were nearly relegated, and he was a big reason as to why in the end we didn't go down. Some of his stats here are including his time with Mansfield, but he started 24 matches that season, scored 11 goals and also contributed to 1 assist. He was battling with Danny Rowe. I remember the brace he scored away at Cheltenham. He was absolutely brilliant in that season. We signed him on a permanent deal under Derek Adams in that 21-22 campaign, where he would go on to play 35 matches. He scored 12 goals and contributed to 3 assists as well, but his body wasn't quite right. He had a couple of injuries, and let's be honest, he was a little bit overweight in that season, and nobody could have predicted what would come from Andy Cook this season after that. 2022-23, Andy Cook would start 38 League 2 matches in that season and score 28 goals in the league. Averaged a goal every 120 minutes. Had a 23% goal conversion rate, also got 8 assists, 36 goal contributions in 38 starts. This season for Cook was absolutely incredible. Defensively, I don't think that ever gets spoken about enough with Andy Cook. He contributes so much to helping us defend free kicks, corners and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely excellent. And obviously last season had a fairly solid campaign. Yes, he had a few poor games and missed a couple of chances in a few games, but 39 League 2 starts for him last campaign, 17 goals, averaged a goal every 203 minutes with a 13% goal conversion rate. He did also miss 21 big chances though last season, but again 8 assists in there as well. So 25 goal contributions in 39 starts was deemed a bad season for Andy Cook. That is the sort of heights that he has set last season. Obviously this season has started out pretty positively, as well as he has got 3 league goals in 7 starts. He's also got a couple goals in the Carabao Cup and EFL Trophy as well, and again brilliant in terms of helping us out defensively from set plays, and he wins 51% of his aerial duels. Absolutely excellent, and definitely has been the best free signing Bradford City have made it since 2018. Do you agree or disagree with my list? Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon for another one.